Hi guys, so probably a very quick video, but as you know, I was doing the passive and side income reports in twos over the last year or so, but December was the last month left in 2023 and I sort of want to start fresh for this year, so I'll just quickly take you through my December passive and side income. Now, if I look back at 2022, so if you remember this table, as you can see, in 2022, I made in total £23,500. The average was just under 1900, sorry, just under 2000. But if you look at all of the months, December was the lowest month. Generally, it tends to be the lowest month just because it's Christmas and all of that. So people are more focused on that than they are sort of watching YouTube, at least when it comes to financy things. And January was my best month back then, I think, yes, because everyone wants to start the year fresh. So I'm not expecting January to be my best month this year, just because I'm only just getting back into the swing of things. But in 2023, January wasn't my best month either. And as you can see, my best months were sort of April and July. But we'll see how the new year goes. Okay, but let's look at December. So this year, so in 2023, December wasn't my worst month, but it was a drop on sort of the last half year. So my worst months were sort of May, June time, but let's have a look. So, okay, so when it comes to dividends, I made $13.66, which again, considering I've sold a huge chunk of my investments, is not too bad. So if we look at what that's made up of, essentially Realty, again, the biggest one, $6.48. Pretty much followed by Shell, 194, and S&P 500, 152. So small amounts and pretty much all in eToro now, because the only position I have left elsewhere is about 1,500 in Realty Income on Trading 212. Moving on, in terms of YouTube AdSense, it was £76.11. So again, highest since the June amount, which is good, starting to see the upwards trend. Hoping that continues for this year. I would really like to get this to above £100 this year, or in the first half of this year, and then maybe £200 in the second half of the year. Affiliates and sponsorships was a very low month. It was only £19.68. But as I mentioned, December isn't usually a time when people sign up to new things or do any of the sort of financial stuff. That tends to happen in January. So slow month, but it was totally expected because usually Decembers have been slow. Teaching English, highest amount so far this year, because as I mentioned, I was going to begin focusing on teaching English from this year. So I sort of kick-started that in December. So I made £390.63 from teaching English. Personal bank interest was £12.62. And the last one, which I mentioned briefly in the last passive income update, passive and side income update, that I've now made a video about, so you can go check that out if you're interested, is interpreting. So this is sort of remote interpreting through the phone. I only started it in December, and this is only a side thing, but it was £40.41. So considering I only picked up a couple calls, it's not too bad. Okay, so all in all, in December, I made an extra £553.11. So like I said, not the worst month of the year, but a decrease from the last half year or so. If we look at the average in Polish zloty, that ends up being about 2,800 zloty. So I've sort of added this reminder here now because I'm sort of sick of hearing myself say it. But remember, these are months where I've earned this money. It doesn't mean I was paid out this much in that particular month. The currency conversion is live, so the Polish figures may change on a monthly basis. And this is gross income, not net income. So just remember that. But all in all, if we look at 2023, I made £9,400 extra, which averages out at £785 per month, which is just under 4,000 zloty on average. Don't mind the cats. So huge difference in comparison to 2022, but not surprising considering YouTube was almost non-existent for me last year. So we will see where 2024 takes us, considering that I am now only going to be having this income. I no longer have a full-time job, so all of my time is going to be going into these income streams. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.